Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. My legal name is C28. And we're going to start off on a serious note. There will probably be a few cuts in this video. There will probably be lots of portions that just jump, like this. Whoa, I jumped. So, expect that. Basic reason for that is not any technical difficulties, but mental difficulties. Serious note time. Having a bit of an issue mentally. Not incompetence, just mental state is not going the direction I would like it to. So things, however, so it's not concerning, things are not concerning. Things are all right. But that's all they are. They're just all right. So ideally things get great or good, but things are kind of feeling all right now. Life is great. It's just a mental thing. And sort of when I say, I hope you all take care of yourselves, God be with you, and goodbye, YouTube, at the end of my videos, I mean that. I mean that. When I say, I hope you all take care of yourselves, that means take care of yourself physically. That means take care of yourself mentally. That means take care of yourself spiritually. And if you're not, I mean, frankly, you should unsubscribe. That's not the way we do things around here, all right? Get out of here. Shoo. Take care of yourself. So yeah, I want to let you know, if I seem out of it, I'm not breaking character. It's like, just feeling out of it, you know? But I'm taking care of myself. That's the important thing. So we got that out of the way. Let's get into the meat of this stuff. So the meat of the stuff is I have not been posting for a few days. I should have posted 2 video logs, and here I am catching up. I should have posted one that caught up the past 2 ones we did, and now here I am catching up 3. So, last week to this week, what the heck happened? Lots happened. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots happened. I'm going to load up my notes just to jog my memory. Let's see here. Okay, so in lecture, the main topics we were going over are, I think I did speak a little bit on balanced cables. I may or may not have. Essentially, if you have a singular ground, how would I explain this? Hold up. Wow, I've lost a lot of information in the lecture slides. That sucks. We just filled them in, and I've lost them all. I think I accidentally opened on a different file editor, and then it saved a previous version that had nothing. So I've lost a lot of info. But from what I recall, you can have one ground path, or 2 ground paths. Ideally, you want to have 2 per ground. Or no, what is it? You don't want 2 audio sources to share the same ground. You want them to have have their own ground. So if you're doing something like a TRS cable, you can have your neutral, ground, hot, and that would be a balanced audio load. But typically TRS is used for ungrounded stereo, meaning you're having hot 1, hot 2, neutral, and you have no ground. And the ground is basically that neutral acts as that. So what would you want them to have that grounded? And what it would be, from my understanding, is you'd have hot 1, ground 1, hot 2, ground 2. That, I think, is more correct. I don't know the proper way this should go, but grounding basically helps to prevent signal noise and interference. When you can fully ground your system properly, you will ensure you have less noise. I'm not going to do the whole mismodulations thing and put her on screen with an answer. Just understand that's the gist of it. But also I'm a student, so I'm not giving you the full answer because I don't know the full answer yet. I need to study it more. I should have known it by now, but some stuff I have to study. So, grounding, yes. Then we went into a little bit of wiring, how the cables operate. I believe we did, yeah, because I showed you the taxiway light and all the stuff I did with that. And now my voice is going through the taxiway light. We did go into how the cables are managed, the different wires within your audio cable. So like this cable, for instance, what wires are in it. And I know what this thing will look like on the inside if I were to rip it open, which is cool. Little x-ray vision mentally. Same with the TRS plug. So be like your, let's get a tip ring sleeve situation going here. Where you at? Here's a TS cable, not a TRS, but a TS cable. And this TRS is a unbalanced mono signal. This TS cable would have very similar things to what you have in your XLR. So it's a thinner circuit here, but it's just because you have the way TRS operates as opposed to XLR, just the plug ports. But the cable itself has the same components. So I'm trying to pull. You see that they're about the same width. So you can see how they would have the same stuff. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, power and grounding. So we did talk a lot about grounding in class and safety measures. So, oh no, did I lose it? Oh, I think I lost it. No, wait, it's in my notes. Let me pull this up because these are good notes to have. Week 2, power grounding and safety. There we go, safety. So, important thing. So the minimum voltage for us to perceive, the minimum amperage for us to perceive that there's like, oh, there's electrical stuff happening is between 0.2 to 0.5 milliamps. So not even 0.001 amps. No, 0.0002 amps. Is what it takes for us to feel it. Really small amount. And then 0.2 to 0.5 for us to feel like a shock, like that little jolt, like, oh wow, that's a thing, or like any sort of buzzing. Now, why the cutoff of 5? So, it's just, it becomes less of a shock and more of a like a, ow, that's painful sort of thing. But at 6 milliamps, what starts to happen is you get involuntary muscle contraction. So that's where like you have a TENS unit or something like that. You know, Michael Reeves trying to shock his friends, make them dab. That sort of deal. That's operating at around the 6 milliamp range. So that's pretty heavy stuff. That'll make you like jolt and stuff. Probably a little bit higher. Everyone can let go, and like for the most part, even children, anyone can just let go of that. If they've held on to a thing that has 6 milliamps, pretty much anyone can just let go. 10 milliamps? Most can let go, but children, people who are a little bit weaker, probably cannot let go. At about 20 milliamps, very few can let go. A few adults, people who are very, very fit, nervous systems vibing, but very few can let go. And then you run into your danger territory. If you see anything operating at 30 milliamps, have a friend with a 2x4 to knock your ass aside in the event you lock up, because everyone will lock up at 30 milliamps. At 30 milliamps, the signals your brain putting out saying release, contract the other way, they're too weak. They don't work. Think as hard as you want, doesn't work. You're stuck. Important thing to note. When you are stuck, something very interesting happens. And I'm going to demonstrate this in a really cool way for you. You ready? I picked up recently a digital multimeter. Let's see. So here we are. This is a true RMS digital multimeter. I'm going to try to put the microphone somewhere else where I can speak clearly. I don't want to put it on the MacBook. Let's see. Let me situate this real quick. There we go. So hopefully you can still hear me. There's a little bit of room noise now because I'm further away, but still. What I'm going to show you is as you contract and you have more surface contact on the DMM, your resistance goes down. So I'm going to put myself in ohms mode. Let's see, is this right? Yep, okay. So if I hold both ends of this here very lightly, I'm getting about 2 mega ohms. So let me turn that your way, and then I'll hold these very lightly. I'm getting about 2 mega ohms. Boom. So 2 mega ohms there. Watch what happens to that number, and specifically the units go down a kilo once I do this. Once I start squeezing, that happens. The resistance goes down. You may know E equals I times R. So if it's the same voltage going through you, because the voltage doesn't really change, but you have less resistance like this, the I goes up. Your current goes up. Meaning, if you're stuck somewhere at like 20 milliamps and you can't resist it, and it grabs tighter and tighter, it'll go up. It may not go to 30 milliamps. It depends on the resistance you're at with your skin. But you see, here, I don't even see that number. What was that number? That number went down to, oh, I see. Whoa. My number's way off. So I was not seeing what you were seeing, of course, pointing your way. I'm reading now 3.2 mega ohms. I may have said amps before. Ohms. Ohms are the proper resistance measurement. 3.2 mega ohms. Now if I squeeze it, yeah, that's going down to 2.3. All the way down to 1 even. So that's something. That's something, yeah. It's going down by a third of the resistance. You lost a third of your resistance by just grabbing tighter. And imagine now you have more surface area. If you like lightly touch and then suddenly, you're like stuck on it because of the amperage. Not too great. You don't want that happening. So be aware if you're working on anything that's anywhere in the realm of 6 milliamps, maybe don't touch it directly or at all. Honestly, anything that is open, just assume you shouldn't be touching it unless this thing's like 0.02 milliamps, like something stupid small. Then it's like, okay, cool. That's fine. Like my audio signal out of my matriarch. Let's see if I can calculate this correctly. So, if my skin's resistance on a here, I'll do the calculations live for you. So if my skin's resistance is saying, I'll just hold it lightly, same way I'd hold it. It's saying about 1.8 mega ohms. That's crazy. Wait, hold up. Why is it? I think it's just like sweat or something may have changed it. Yeah, because I can get this down to like 0.9 mega ohms. So I don't know what the heck was up with the conductivity, but right now it's reading. Yeah, right now it's reading about 1 mega ohm. So we're going to say 1 mega ohm. And then I measure the voltage going through my 2 audio cables here. So I get, I switch this to volts mode. So volts AC. And now I hit hot here and I hit hot here. And make sure this is an out. So that's an in, that's an out. No, that's not an out. I'll just yoink that out. So, just a random thing here. And of course, I can touch this because that'd be stupid dangerous to have a synthesizer where you can't touch the ends. That'd be very dangerous and not good at all for anyone. Okay, I'm just gonna chopstick this because I can't hit the I cannot hit the probes right for some reason. So I'm gonna chopstick it. Okay. There we are. I'm reading. Hey, it's Future C28, and I made a colossal bloody mistake with the calculations. You may know that the equation is E equals I times R. That means if you want to find the I, you don't bloody multiply. You divide your E by your R to get your I. I multiply the two. I requested that Gemini would. And Gemini complied and gave me something like really low. I think it was 0.004 milliamps, which is stupid low. It's safe. That's very low. That's very safe. You could touch that. You know what's even more safe? The correct answer of 4 nanoamps. Yeah, so the current flowing through a 1 mega ohm resistor, aka your body, with that potential difference of 4 millivolts, is 4 nanoamps. It's way lower. So, yeah, I mean, it's safe either way, but like just to point out, it's extra safe. yeah. Again, I might say like, oh yeah, 0.004 milliamps. That's safe. You could put your tongue to it. Like, sure you could, but also, don't. I'm gonna say it again. Don't put your tongue to random things. Don't touch, put electrical stuff in your body. Especially if you're unaware. Even if you are aware, just don't. Safe practice. Um, yeah. But hopefully, you understand the modular synth is sending 4 nanoamps through your body, as opposed to anything around the milliamp territory. That's why it's safe. Which is why you can't feel it, because the amperage is so stupid low that that's just not anything. You could touch the probes to your tongue, you're not going to feel anything. That is so low. The resistance, it's nothing. Maybe not hygienic to put probes in your tongue. And let me just say real quickly, and also I can grab this now. There we go. I sound better now. Yay. This is not C28 Music endorsing putting live electric wires on your tongue. No. But what I am saying is, if they happen to have an amperage of 0.004 milliamps, you can do that safely, because that's just so stupid low you won't even feel it. It would need to literally be over 50 times more for you to actually feel something. So, you're fine. You're pretty good. Don't need to worry about that. So that does it with that. We did also have a lab. So let me go over here. We'll just do logic for now. We'll pull that screen up so you can see the magic of the recording process. There. Cool. Oh, it's only about 19 minutes. That's not bad. Almost 20 minutes now. So we also had 3 labs now. And I just went to one today that I didn't need to go to because I went to it last time. But basically, we had a lab where we were experimenting with breadboards, which you may have seen that I posted a short recently where I made a distortion effect, hijacking the audio out of this thing with my little breadboard module. C28 Electronics has opened. Whoa, gotta start doing electronic stuff. Of course, it's gonna be on the same channel. I don't know. Will I call myself C28 Enterprises at some point? C28 Incorporated? I don't know. But C28 Music will stick. It'll stick. Yeah, so it's the practical application of Ohm's law. Is you're seeing with parallel versus series resistance what happens. You can see hijacking the wires in parallel, what that does. And there's a lot of very simple maths to it. So say you need to add 100 ohms of resistance to something, but you have 200 ohm resistors. You're like, well, shoot, I can't do that. Because, that'll give me 200. And if I add the other one, it'll give me 400. But here's what you can do. In parallel, footnote, assuming you have the same resistance, assuming it's exactly the same resistance, what happens is you just cut that in half. What you're doing is you're actually you're getting the inverse of the sum of the inverse of the 2 resistances. So 1 over the resistance is the inverse. You're getting the inverse of the sum of the 2 inverses of your resistance. So say you have a resistance of 200 ohms. So you would do 200 over 1, or 1 over 200. And we'll do the maths right now. So I'll grab a calculator here. Someone might know how to do this in their head. I just don't know the mathematical theory behind it. But 200 and over 1. Okay, I can probably figure out how to do this now. So you get 0.005. And so the other one's going to be the same. So you add that again. And then you get 0.01. So I'll just multiply this up by 2 because we've got 2 of them. And then you get the inverse of that. Boom. And you get 100 ohms. So that's how you can do it, assuming they're the exact same. Now, when they're not the exact same, you get some pretty funky numbers. Because when you're inverting it, what you're actually getting is your capacitance. So your resistors are also conductors. Or not your capacitance, your conductance. You're getting your conductance. I misspoke. It is not capacitance. You're getting conductance. Resistance and conductance. Everything has it. And they're just the inverse of each other. So you're adding your conductance together and then getting the conductance to then flip it and see what your resistance is. So, say I have a 100 ohm resistor, which we know is 0.005 inverted. And I want to add a 1000 ohm resistor on that. 1000, and I invert that. Boom. That gives me a number of 0.006. And then I invert that to get my resistance. Whoa, that's a funky number. 166.66 repetitive. That's a funky number. So we see we have 166 and 2/3 ohms from that. That's a number we weren't expecting. Two nice happy numbers, 1,100. It's because when you start adding the inverses, you get some freaky numbers. You can do anything. So I could do like 300, 300 ohms inverted plus 28 ohms inverted equals that, invert that, and then I get 25.206. Did you see what happened there? I'll do it again. See if you catch on what's happening with the number. So let's do 700 ohms, and we invert that. And we'll do 2 ohms. Oh, whoops. 700 ohms inverted plus 2 ohms inverted equals that inverted is 1.99 ohms. That's weird, but we had 700 on one of them. How is the resistance that low? Here's why. Electricity takes any path. It takes the any path. You probably thought I was going to say the path of least resistance. No, it primarily takes the path of least resistance, but it takes all available paths. So it is going to go through that other resistor. But because the conductance of the lower resistance resistor is more, you're going to have more of your electromotive force go through that resistor. So when you're in parallel, you have two resistors on top of each other, you're always going to have your resistance be less than the lower resistance resistor. Doesn't matter what it is, it's always going to be less. Let's show you something crazy. We'll do 4,000 ohms, okay, in series with a 1 ohm resistor. 4,000 ohms in parallel with a 1 ohm resistor. 1 ohm may not work mathematically. Let's just do 2 ohms to show my point here. So 4,000 ohms inverted plus 2 ohms inverted equals inverted. And it's like 1.9990049, whatever. But you see, it's less than 2 still. It's still less than 2 because you can't just create electromotive force. So while most of it's going through that 2 ohm resistor, which I don't think that exists, it probably exists somewhere. I mean, certainly a 2 ohm resistor has to exist somewhere, but your 2 ohm resistor in parallel with a 4,000 ohm resistor, you're still having some of it go to that 4,000 ohm resistor. So you're still going to have a resistance of less than 2 ohms because it's bypassing that resistance. So, yeah. But you see your conductance just adds directly. You get the inverse to get your inductance. Not inductance. Conductance. And you get that number, which was, again, 0.50025. I don't know what the units are. Please don't be upset with me for not knowing the units. Actually, you know what? We're going to research live what the units are. I'm going to guess it's farads, but I don't know. What are the units for conductance? Interesting. It's Siemens, which you may know Siemens as a company. It's an electrical company. So it's rated in S, in Siemens. So that's cool. That's nice. So you have ohms for resistance and Siemens for conductance. Cool. We know that now. We've learned a thing. Good job, us. Let's see. Yeah. So I did take a lot of really good video on the labs. So I'll show you those. This is where it might cut a lot my speech, because I may say a lot of things that are correct or incorrect, and I'm gonna, well, we'll just cut now. Sorry. I may cut a lot of things that are correct or incorrect, and yeah, I just want to be more accurate with my speech. So I think the first lab I have is the Ohm's law. I may have some video of that, I may not. If I do, it shows now. And if you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, well, I just snapped, and then you're like, mate, well, there's nothing. I could put the dancing skeleton bio in there, but hopefully I have the video so I don't have to find that. But if I did find it, you saw it a few moments ago. Here I go, giving myself so much editing work to do. Anyway, the other lab we had was we were creating a quad box, or a 2x2, so 4 total, power outlet jumper, like not jumper, but like extension cord, basically an extension cord. So that had a lot of steps to it, and those steps generally, what do you want? Oh, you're reading stuff? Oh, that's funny. You did a continuity test. What? Wait, no, oh no, you didn't. Okay, cool. I was like, what are you testing continuity on? What is such low resistance? Okay, we'll turn you off. Maybe he was just yelling at me, saying that it was still on. I was like, turn me off! Turn off your machine! And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll turn off. Jesus, okay, fine. It's turned off now. Bye-bye, DMM. Bah. Here's the other lab.
So the idea is to get these to go straight to the wires to go straight towards their destination. So I want you to show me. Now I'm going to freeze this so it just stays up. Now at a certain point when I notice you start One for your stranded wire, one for your solid wire. Make sure your rubber one shows in there, and as soon as
that's what that looks like. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff. That cable, taking off that cable was painful. As you saw, my hand just like, it was not fun. I literally went to the lab this morning just to see my mates who I'm typically in lab with. I swapped with someone, being bros. I think I owed them a beer anyway. So yeah, I swapped lab instead. I just want to see them struggle. Just, as a friend, be like, haha, I did that and that sucked too. But they actually did super well with it, and it was like not an issue. And I'm like, wow, shit, I feel stupid. So moral of the story, sometimes when you want to joke at your friends for how much a thing they're doing sucks, and it's like, haha, we're in this pain together. Sometimes you're alone in that pain, and you were just maybe not doing it the best way. But I think I was meant to twist it some way, and I didn't do that. I was just like, pull, and it didn't work. Yeah. And then I just sat in the same lab today. So I think we're all caught up now. So that's cool. In only 31 minutes, we got all caught up. Yeah. Nice. Good stuff. I do have C28 news for you. So we're going to swap onto that. B-whoop. Welcome to the C28 corner of the video log. Again, there is still a giveaway happening of an SM58 dynamic vocal microphone, pristine gear, and some Beats Studio 3s signed by me. If you would like these, all you got to do is comment something, anything on the video. To put some perspective into it, the moment I'm currently recording, at the moment, there are only 2 people who are eligible to win either device. So if you want a 33% chance of getting those, just type something in the comment section of that video, linked in the description, and you will be able to, of course, get one of those items. Yeah. And I mentioned this at the end just because I want the microphones going to, I want the gear going to someone who actually is going to stick with the channel, It doesn't have to be a long-term commitment, but I want it to be someone who is like invested a little bit. I'll pay you. What do you pay? The community in sort. I don't know the proper way to say that, but if you get what I mean, you get what I mean. Yeah. Like, I don't want it to be just some rando who won't even like, I don't know, you saw like the dancing IC chip thing. You're like, that's cool. And then you stumble on a video, but then you never return. So then you win, and then we never hear from you again. And then we just go on for like months and months. Like, by the way, you still won. By the way, you still won. I want it to be someone that like watches the video, so that way when I say you've won, you actually like message me and you're like, hey, thank you. This is amazing. And like, then I can send the stuff your way instead of it being like, congratulations, you won. And then we never hear from you again. So comment something. I'm working on Lost Melodies and Unloved Timbers Volume 2, as I said. I just worked with Who Makes That Fire a few days ago. Who showed me a really, really, really cool plugin that I've been hesitant to try out because I just don't understand it. Who guided me through all the stuff. He showed me how the thing operates. It's the API Vision channel strip on Luna. Very, very cool thing. It gives you a lot of control in a very compact space. It gives you less control than other things, I'll be honest. It's notched. Some of the values are notched, and I didn't quite like that at first, but then I understood why it is that way. It makes sense. You want to be, this is my understanding of it. This may not be totally accurate. There might be some mixing engineer who's like, you stupid person. No, that's not the reason. But here's my understanding is When you have all that control, you may spend hours turning one knob when your issue might be somewhere else. So if you can get it most of the way there with one thing, find what else can fix it and go from there. And if you need more control, add another variant to the plugin. Then add that. Use your graphic EQ instead of your parametric EQ. Try something else. So I'm messing with that API Vision Strip API. Makes quality analog gear and universal audio. Same people you're hearing my voice through. Good old Vault 276. Love this thing. Yeah. It helps to make things sound good. They're good at what they do. API and Universal Audio for emulating it. Because API doesn't make those plugins. Universal Audio makes those plugins for Luna. They work with the API engineers to make that. So it ends up being a really true sound to how the thing operates. And the look of it and everything is cool. Yeah, it's great. So I want to be doing some behind the mix things for control voltages. So control voltages, you can expect in the near future, we'll start getting a lot more of those behind the mix videos. So you can see the process of me mixing these things and see how that works. Videos might be slow to roll out. We touched on that in the beginning of this video. But yeah, I want to be really going crazy with getting these things done because there's a threshold here. The quality of those videos, or not the videos, the quality of those songs that I made, those songs have a bit of a drop in quality to what I've been making recently. I can make them pass, but only for so long. If I wait out too long and I keep producing new stuff that sounds better than all these, there's a point at which I can't release them because the quality is so bad, I need to just make a new concept out of it. So while I'm remixing and remastering these songs, understand when this album releases, it's not my magnum opus. It's not the magnum opus. It's not the pinnacle of my sound. It's not something new. It's something old revitalized. But they're really cool ideas that I wanted to get out there, especially Celestial Waltz, Tears and Acid, Distorted Reality, Anxiety Matrix. A lot of these songs are going to be really cool. And they're still good. They're still good. Some of them even great songs, but they're not there. I've already hit there with Suffering and a little bit with Neural Null. So you can hear the direction I'm heading with those. I just want to get this album out of the way so that I can start working on new stuff and I don't have any more of that old sound coming through. And Lost Melodies and Unloved Timbers has always been from the beginning. I say that even though this is just a sequel. It's been a song, it's been a series about weird sounds, interesting production styles that are different. They're lost melodies and the timbers are unloved, or timbres, however you want to pronounce it. But there's an I, so I will say timbers, even if that's not what the majority say, especially in the States. But yes, that's the direction of this. So they're just strange little tunes that I made a while ago, and I'm fixing them. So they will not be perfect. There will be some weird things happening with them, but I'm gonna do my best in the mastering phase and the remixing phase to make these things sound a little bit more elegant than they currently do. And you'll see the behind the scenes on that a little bit in the behind the mix videos. Yes. So that's all I wanted to say. I think I hit on everything there. Yeah, I'm still shooting for a March sort of release for these. If I can get them released by March, I'm pretty happy. Mid-March. So I'm going to just go crazy with trying to get these things mixed. I've got Celestial Waltz is pretty well mixed. You know what? Let's give you a snippet. So it starts with this really, really cool intro that goes... And then from there, it goes into the pre-chorus, which goes... And then eventually it goes into the chorus, which goes... But you don't get enough of that chorus because that's a spoiler for later. So only a little bit of the chorus. It's got some other things in it, really cool sounds, but you hear that talk boxy sort of thing happening. So I love using the talk box. It's always been fun. I want to start getting my raw vocals in my songs though. There's a song by Sick Brain. I want to work with I don't know who I'd reach out to if it's their marketing, not their marketing, their producer, or if Sick Brain's their own producer. Just reach out to someone that I would need to cover that song. Fragile by Sick Brain is a brilliant song. I won't post it here just because I'll get copyright striked. Actually not strike, but I'll just get a little I'll be demonetized. So while I love to give you money, not for just, educational reference. It'd just be for if I need to do something contractually to be allowed to make the song. So if you're watching Sick Brain, hello. Such a pleasure. Starstruck, honestly, truly. But yeah, I'd love to make my own cover of Fragile because it's a song that really resonates with me on a deep emotional level. So it'd be really cool to get my own version of that. So we'll see. I've always told you, I always tell you when I have tiny little projects popping up. And some of them die out, some of them don't die out, but I just like keeping you in the loop with things that are going on in my mind. Maybe it inspires you to be like, oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. Then do it. It's not my idea just because I had it. It's the idea I had. You can do the idea too. And if you do it your way, it's going to be your way. If I do it my way, it's going to be my way. Whose is better? I don't know. The one you like. Yeah. So I don't know if that's enough for me to say, please do covers of my songs if you feel like it. You don't need to pay me money. Just do covers. Music's for anyone. I'm not going to strike you because you use the same melody as I did. Oh my goodness. No, but you didn't produce it like me because you're not me. You can't produce it like me. No, it's not a challenge per se, but you produce it your way, which is your own unique way, and do it your way because that's better. It's always going to be better producing like you as opposed to producing like me because you do you better. And people might like yours better. That's fine. Artists like Rain Paris exist, and I've heard Rain Paris, who's mainly a cover artist, make some wild covers of songs that I prefer. That's fine. So just go crazy with your music career. If you're a producer, go crazy. Any idea you have, do it. Full send it. Just don't stop the train. Once that train's moving, you keep that going. If you hit some rocks on the way and the train's going all crazy, try to bring it all back together. Work on things that you've unfinished and you're trying to rush through other things. Don't split the train in half, but then get back on track. Finish things as you're making them, but if ideas pop up, chase that idea if you can finish it. Neural Null was one of those. Neural Null and Suffering were both ideas that just popped up. I finished them both in a day and submitted them. And they released a few weeks later, and yeah. Some songs are easy to make because they're just, you love them so much. You're so emotionally attached to them, and they're beautiful creations. So I encourage you to create beautiful creations of your own. Yes. But it's that time of the video log where, oh my goodness, 42 minutes. Oh my goodness. And it's been longer because I started those video clips. Anyway, it's that time where I say goodbye. So if you enjoyed today's content, you can, of course, subscribe. YouTube will give you more videos like this from me and other creators. And hopefully you enjoy those videos. If you super enjoy the content, you can join. The little blue button that pops up after the gray, white, black, red, or whatever color it is nowadays, usually gray, I think, or white. That button, subscribe, goes blue and becomes join. You can become a control voltage. Control voltages get cool perks like the Discord channel where we all chat, but behind the scenes content, early access to videos, and more down the line. We are still working to try to coordinate a members only live. So if you're a control voltage, just know, assuming you're not watching this in the far future, which some of you are. So, haha, no trickery in the comments there, future people. Well, we can do all this stuff together. If you're not from the future, like the far future, if you're from the near future, then we probably have not done it yet and we're going to do it. But yeah, hopefully we can get that done. If you have any questions or comments, you can, of course, leave those in the comment section below and I'll get back to them. If they're super substantial, something like, why do you love Moog? What about the matriarch called to you? I won't answer it now, but I'll answer it if you post that comment. And then everyone can see your comment and then my response. If it's like, you know, a thing that'd be cool for everyone else to know. Yes. So, I mean this truly. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube. Wow, the camera is hot. The camera is so hot.